then you see a pack of Hell's Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars. Because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined a street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Cannon. 2011. Came out of there. I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about the 4 men who've had their charges dropped down. They had the felony charges dropped down in a murder case. This is a wild story. We talked about this before. We covered it in the past. This is up in Maine, where one of the men has been convicted, and before other people involved in this case had their charges dropped down. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, we're going to go over to Pittsburgh. We got a bunch of other things to talk about. We're going to go over to Australia, too. There was a big bust with the Mongols in Australia for the Raptor squad. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. I got a lot of great interviews and different content dropping, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you join Spotify, join the membership. I can't stress it enough. I'm going to be dropping brand new episodes over on Spotify that you cannot see anywhere else. Some of them, I mean, you can't put them on YouTube, so, but I'll see if I can put them on Spotify, right? Let me give some shout outs before we get started. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. So Loud is in the building. Shout out to the Boondocks in North Carolina. Keegan, what's going on? Cheers from Toronto. Tommy, what's good? Thank you for joining me today. Carney, what's going on? Good evening. I know I'm a little late. I've just been so damn busy. Social Rejects, what's good? So I'm going to be doing some different type of content. I'm going to be changing up the game. You'll see. Shout out to Stevie Bullets. I want to give a big shout out to Stevie Bullets over there in Cicero. Charlie Parker, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Jason is in the building. I appreciate you joining us, Jason. So we got a lot to talk about today. So we're going to be talking about this case. You guys might remember this case from Maine. We'll get into that in a minute. So we got to talk about a couple of motorcycle accidents that have happened. Here, I got a video for you guys. I mean, this is just all too common, right? People getting into accidents. It's just insane. Every day there's new ones. A Maine man was thrown from his motorcycle in deadly crash. A Litchfield man died Wednesday in a motorcycle crash in Wales. Stephen Coletti, 51 years old, was riding a motorcycle on Route 197, also known as Litchfield Road, about 6 p.m. when he lost control at a curve, left the roadway and hit a utility pole. Damn. He was thrown from his motorcycle where he died at the scene. The impact of the crash snapped the utility pole, bringing it down in the road. This crash remains under investigation. damn, he snapped the utility pole in half on his motorcycle. That's insane. But no other vehicles were involved in that crash. I mean, it sounds like maybe he wasn't that skillful as a rider, right? Possibly. Here we got another one to show you guys. I got a video for this one. Oh, let's check this out.
Our headlines and breaking new updates on a crash in Rochester last night involving an SUV and a motorcycle.
RPD responded to this scene at Bartlett and Reynolds Streets just after 9, where an SUV making a turn onto Reynolds collided with the motorcycle. That rider has serious injuries and was taken to the hospital. He is expected to live. Police say the driver initially left the scene but called 911, was located nearby, and is cooperating with officers. Authorities say there were no signs of impairment, but traffic violations have been issued.
Yeah, but so if you initially leave the scene, right, are you still going to get charged with like leaving the scene of an accident? You still left the scene of the accident, right? So I wonder, he initially left the scene, but he came back. But are they still going to charge him with leaving the scene of an accident? I mean, he came back, but so a lot of you people might have seen on the community post. I posted a picture of this guy. This guy is an absolute nut job. If you guys don't know who he is from TikTok. He makes TikTok videos saying all this crazy stuff, right? Talking about all these conspiracy theories and this, and it's weird because the way he looks, right? He tries to speak all proper. He tries to speak all proper, like they don't know the intellectual blah blah blah. It's weird, but he got busted for internet crimes. His name is Mark Essa. So he was arrested for internet crimes for like stalking a woman online, and he had a lot of problems with a lot of different people online, and it caught up with him. He was making wild videos. Like he had an ex-girlfriend, just wouldn't leave her alone. He would act like they were in communication every day, and I guess they weren't. So he ended up getting busted for internet crimes. This dude, he's one trip away from the fucking cuckoo's nest, I think, right? Scrap Iron, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. So, all right, let's get to the topic at hand. So this is the guy who was charged with the murder of this woman. He is a member of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club up in Maine. So that's the woman on the right that he killed. So what happened was there was a group of guys hanging out at a bar. They get into an altercation with another group of guys, right? So the other group of guys that they get into the altercation with, one of these groups has it's like a kind of like a street gang, right? But they're not like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's kind of like a loosely based type of gang, right? So they call, one of these groups calls a motorcycle club, and the Outlaws end up showing up to this bar. Here's a picture of them rolling into the bar. Now there's a video of this whole altercation. We covered this in the past. So this group of outlaws pulls up to the bar because of a support club called them, right? So they pull up to the bar. They have an altercation. And this guy ends up shooting a gun in a parking lot. But the thing is, where he was shooting, the woman was shooting her gun at him. It's a weird situation. Like this big altercation happens, right? I don't know how this woman gets involved, but she has a weapon in a parking lot. This guy starts firing his weapon towards the woman, headshots the woman. But it's just crazy, and there's video of the whole thing. So that's him in the parking lot firing his weapon, and she is like behind the car, but he strikes her with the bullet. So I'm going to read you a couple articles. Well, here, I got a video for you. I got first one video, and then we'll go to the other articles, all right? Let's check out this video.
Karp is the owner of the almost famous tattoos. And we have learned that the suspect, Aaron Karp, is the owner of the almost famous tattoos and piercing shop right here in the middle of Morrill's Corner, which is right across the street from the Meineke parking lot, where 4 people got caught up in this shooting back on July 30th, a week ago last Tuesday. So 54-year-old Susan McHugh of Gray was killed in this shooting. She died from a gunshot wound. Her husband, Troy, and 2 others were injured. Police said today that everyone who was hospitalized has been released. Now, a close friend has started a GoFundMe to help Troy McHugh with his medical expenses. Here is a picture of Troy and Susan McHugh. She was a mother and a grandmother. Karp was officially charged with her murder today in Cumberland County Superior Court. He did not enter a plea. He's been held without bail for now. His lawyer said he turned himself in to police once he learned that there was a warrant out for his arrest. Now, a police affidavit is sealed, so no information about how the shooting unfolded or the connection between the suspect and the victims.
In these types of cases, it's very common for affidavits to be impounded. And when the investigation is still ongoing, the police are reluctant to release information because it could jeopardize their investigations. So, I mean, at some point, they will have to release that affidavit.
Karp is being held again without bail at the Cumberland County
Hey,
Jail in
Taco,
Portland,
what's up, man?
Until he can have a bail hearing.
MR8, what's good? My Rat Hunter's in the building.
Live in Portland, Jim Keithley for Maine's Total Coverage.
Hey, Ken, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Yo Mama's house is in the house. What's going on, bro? So, this was a wild situation when it first transpired. I covered this story when it first hit the airwaves. So, let's see here. All right, so here is one of these articles. So prosecutors dropped felony charges against 4 men in 2024 Portland biker clash. The men reached a plea deal for the lesser assault charges after deadly shooting during the incident. So obviously the husband was involved somehow, right? He was part of the other group. So prosecutors have dismissed felony charges against 4 men accused of using hammers in the 2024 fight on a Portland's Forest Avenue involving alleged rival biker gangs. The men reached plea deals on Wednesday, pleading guilty to a lower level assault charges and received brief jail sentences. One man, Aaron Karp, previously pleaded guilty to manslaughter for fatally shooting a bystander during the incident, claiming self-defense. But one thing they're not saying is that this woman had a weapon and she was shooting back. But she was probably defending her husband, I would imagine, right? That was involved in the altercation. So this case highlights the challenges prosecutors face and provides serious charges in chaotic street brawls, as well as the ongoing tensions between rival motorcycle clubs in the Portland area. The incident results in a tragic loss of life and raised questions about how law enforcement should respond to conflicts between organized criminal groups. In 2024, the state charged 7 men who were also accused of attacking members of an alleged rival biker gang. Aaron Karp pleaded guilty in 2025 to manslaughter for the shooting of 50-year-old 54-year-old Susan McCuff during the fight, claiming self-defense. The other 6 men were originally charged with elevated aggravated assault criminal conspiracy, but 4 of them have pleaded guilty to a lower level assault charges and will serve brief prison sentences. The lawyers for the men said that their clients, who were reportedly affiliated with the Higher Calling Motorcycle Club, so I believe that's the club that called the Outlaws to come, and that's this guy Aaron Karp was a member of the Outlaws. They had gone to the parking lot to retrieve stolen merchandise before the fight broke out. So, in the aftermath of the violent 2024 biker clash in Portland's Forest Avenue, the case, once stacked with serious felony charges, has quietly shifted course, revealing a frail line between justice, chaos, and legal reality. Prosecutors have dropped the felony charges against 4 men accused of wielding hammers during a brutal confrontation involving the alleged rival motorcycle clubs. Instead, the men accepted plea deals and lesser assault charges and will receive brief jail sentences. The outcome that underscores how difficult it can be to prosecute crimes. See, this is what happens. Like, a lot of times, these cases, right, will get dropped. The charges will be all crazy. They'll put it all in the news, and then the shit will get dropped to like next to nothing. These guys aren't going to serve that much time. Even this guy, Aaron Karp, I believe he got, don't quote me, but I think it's like 15 years or something, it might be. So at the center of the storm, Aaron Karp, whose actions turned a violent street brawl into a tragedy in 2025, Karp pleaded guilty to manslaughter for the fatal shooting of a 54-year-old bystander, Susan Mahue, during the clash. His defense, self-defense, in the midst of chaos, a claim, while controversial, held high enough weight in the court to shape the tragedy, or the trajectory of the entire case. What began on July 2024 in a sweeping indictment against 7 men charged with elevated aggravated assault and criminal conspiracy gradually unraveled. Defense attorneys argued that their clients, allegedly linked to the Higher Calling Motorcycle Club, had not come looking for violence, but to recover stolen merchandise. But in a scene fueled by tension, long-standing rivalries, the mission spiraled into a confrontation that no one could fully control. By Wednesday, the legal tide had turned. Jason Keene, James Moody, each pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanor counts of assault, receiving 30-day jail sentences and $600 fines. Others, including Caleb Polkey, waited similar deals, while Christopher Henkin remained absent, held out of state during the proceedings. The courtroom resolution may come close the legal chapter and leave behind deeper questions. How do prosecutors prove intent in a melee where weapons, fear, split decisions can collide? When violence erupts between organized crime groups with blurred lines, aggression and defense, where does the accountability truly land? Especially if they're both fighting each other, right? So where do you put the blame? It says this case is more than a story of rival bikers. It is a reflection of the limits of the justice system when faced the unpredictable, fast-moving violence. A woman is dead. Several men carry criminal records. In a community left grappling with the consequences of the conflict that escalated within seconds, but will echo for years. This guy was involved with that too. But he was on the run for a while. He had a bunch of different cases out of state. This is the same guy, I believe. I'm not sure exactly his name. Let me see if I could find it. So I think these other guys are with the other team, right? So here's another article. It says, and this was out November 21st, 2024. Portland police have arrested 5 men on Forest Avenue brawl in summer that left a woman dead. Police say all 5 suspects are members of the Outlaws Biker Club. They are each charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit elevated aggravated assault, along with 2 counts of elevated aggravated assault. Portland police have not yet released mugshots of the 5 suspects arrested. Christopher Hoken, that's this guy. The guy I'm showing you here, that's Christopher Hoken. It says they are Caleb Sederi, Jason Canine, James Moody, Caleb Palkey, Nathan Walsh. And those are all different names from the other guys, right? And Christopher Hankin. It says Portland police say he believes that the associated with the outlaw biker club is considered dangerous and maybe armed because this guy was on the run. Police say this all started at the Brookside Bar in Westbrook, July 30th. 2 different biker clubs, the FSU Biker Club and the Higher Calling Club, got into an altercation. Police say punches were thrown and the outlaws then got involved. So these 2 other groups started fighting and then the outlaws get involved somehow. It says after the incident at the Brookside Bar, police say the suspects believed to be members of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club came to the Forest Avenue armed, where they allegedly beat 3 members of the FSU Biker Club across the street. According to testimony, Susan fired a shot to try to stop the attack. Prosecutors say it escalated when Aaron Karp fired 9 shots and one of the bullets fatally hit her in the chest. Miss McCuff or Mayhew would be alive today if it had not gone to that place. But they went to confront Mr. Hugh and Mr. Holmes, and then they brought weapons in hand, and he brought a gun, they said. The defense says it's self-defense. So she fired a shot to try to stop the fight, and he threw 9 shots her way. It says the outlaws did not start this incident, defense attorney said. Mr. Holmes and his FSU gang went and literally robbed and stole and assaulted people who happened to be friendly with the outlaws. They started this, he said. Police used dash cam and surveillance footage to identify Karp. They are not saying how they identified the other 6 suspects. This case remains under investigation, and 5 suspects charged are now out on bail. Karp is being held without bail. 4 of them have criminal records. So there is a video of this. And I'll see if I can get the video. So this is when they came rolling in. And there is a video out on the back deck where it all transpired. I'll try to get the video. I'll put it on Facebook if I can get it. Let me see. I can show you guys a picture when this whole thing started. So it started out on the back deck, and I believe how it started was one of these people took a cut from somebody, right? And the FSU, I don't think it's like a motorcycle club. I'm really not sure. People were saying it's like a street gang type thing, and I don't think people really know what they are all about. So that's when they started rolling in the parking lot. I'm going to show you a picture of when it started, but I'll try to get the video. So this is up there in the top under that umbrella, how it all started. But I'll get the video. I'll post it on Facebook, and you guys can check it out. Hey, Wildcard, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. T-Row, what's going on? Shout out to Ontario. They got short deals. Hell yeah. 30 days in jail. Shit. Someone died in the situation. That's short as hell, man. Just bought a used Benz. Hell yeah. 2014. That's dope. Jason unnoticed. Yeah, things do start happening when it gets hot outside. People are out there riding their bikes. Things are definitely going to transpire this summer. I'm telling you, my job will be full, right? All of the content creators out there will have their hands full. I'm curious to see how everything plays out with Satan's Choice being in all these states across the country. It possibly will be okay. I don't know. We'll find out, right? Do you guys think they'll have a problem? So, out in Australia, there was a huge raid. The Mongols got raided by the Raptor Squad, if you know who they are. So the Raptor Squad raids the Mongols' clubhouse, made arrests and seizures. A man will face today after the Raptor Squad raided the Mongols' clubhouse in Sydney's west, allegedly seizing an indictable quantity of prohibited drugs, knives, and over $35,000 in cash. Officers attached to the State Crime Command Raptor Squad investigating the Mongols Motorcycle Club received information about a planned gathering at the clubhouse Saturday, the 28th of March, 2026. At around 7:50 p.m., the Raptor Squad, with assistance from multiple special units, including the Traffic and Highway Patrol, Northwest, Southwest Metropolitan Operations, the Riot Squad, the Rescue and Bomb Detection Unit, the Dog Unit, and the Paul Air executed a warrant at the business at an industrial park at Ford Street in Blacktown. During the search of the premises, police located and seized about 195 grams of cocaine, $37,000 in cash, 3 knives, 197 containers of alcohol. A total of 194 people who were on the site were each issued co-sorting warnings. So they were all given a warning. They can't even hang out together. A 35-year-old man was arrested and taken to the Blacktown police station, where he is charged with supply of prohibited drugs over a detectable and under commercial quantity, whatever the hell that means, and deal with property proceeds of crime under $100,000 and over $5,000. He was granted a conditional bail to appear before Blacktown local court today, Thursday, the 16th of April. 2 other men were issued field court appearances, notice for offense of possession of prohibited drug. 43-year-old man will appear in Blacktown local court Friday, the 1st of May, 2026, while a 28-year-old man is due to appear in Blacktown court Wednesday, the 6th of May, 2026. So I do have a video of the raid, and I'll show it to you guys now. Let me see if I can get it.
Police search warrant, get on the ground! Police search warrant, get on the ground! Get on the ground! Police search warrant, get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Yeah, they ain't playing. Not when they bring out those dogs. They ain't playing. There was 195 people in this industrial park when they raided it. They are not playing out there in Australia. I mean, if they start bringing... Damn, so loud. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for the $50 donation, man. I really appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. You have no idea. Keep up the great content. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. You have no idea. You make me want to keep doing content. I really appreciate that, man. I can't thank you enough.
Number of directions by officers once we're here. They are for your safety and ours. Remain in situ for the time being. We'll come back and speak to you further and give you additional directions.
Like, they can't even meet up in a group anymore out in Australia. They get in trouble just for hanging out with each other with their patches on. Somebody just called them and said, hey, there's a meeting that's going to happen. And boom, they raid their clubhouse. No, you're not. All these guys got it's called cohorting. They all got tickets for mingling together. But they got warnings, so I'm not sure what that was all about. The Raiders were there too. The Mongols and the Raiders. I think the Raiders are like a support club for the Mongols. I could see this bullshit happening in Canada and the U.S. shortly. 100%. I think that's what it's going to come to. If everything that's happening nowadays at gas stations and shit like that keeps happening, this is exactly what they're going to do in the U.S. Some of them, right, in Australia, if they have tattoos on their face that are motorcycle club related, they'll get a fine and a ticket and go to jail for that. It's insane. The level of control that they're doing on people, like for them not to be able to wear their patches and hang out together is a problem. Like, that's insane that they have that much power to do that. If they start doing that in the US, I mean, the US is already watching what they're doing over there. US folks better stand and not put up with it. Hey, you're only gonna let them do what you're willing to let them do, right? Just like in prison, right? When I was in prison, I used to tell people, like, dude, we're all sitting here letting these people do whatever. Like, nobody's standing up to them. Nobody's gonna not take their orders. The minute you say fuck this, we ain't gonna do that no more, they lose all control. See, the police are in control out there. They don't give a fuck. But things need to change with the things that are going on at gas stations. And if they want to go do some crazy shit like that, go meet in an open field somewhere in the woods where no innocent people are going to get hurt. Because things like what happened at the Wawa happened, where a woman gets shot and a guy gets shot in the jaw, pumping air in his tire. That type of shit will have stuff like this coming to the U.S. These guys got caught with 190 something grams. That's like a gram for each person that was there, right? Basically. That's more than a gram for each person. So important to stay silent, zero violence at all times. It sounds like it, right? It sounds like personal use to me. There was 196 people there, and they got caught with 195 grams. Oh, man. He must have been the guy holding it, right?
Hold on, or do you want that off? No, we can take it off.
And listen, like, all that stuff at gas stations and shit that's happening, is it really, like, just think about it. If something pops off and you're at a gas station and you don't like people that are wearing a cut over there at a gas station, right? You want to throw away your freedom over that because someone else is wearing a cut? Fuck that. Who cares? If they're not bothering you, then whatever, right? Some people, egos get in the way and things like that, right? Like you said, Staxx, handle your business silently. Yeah, go to the woods. You guys want to go fight it out? Go in the woods and handle it. Hey, comments make you angry. What's going on? So we got another case to talk about. Let's see here. over in the Philadelphia, or no, Pittsburgh area. You guys know the Iron Wings Motorcycle Club. So the president of the Iron Wings Motorcycle Club has pleaded guilty in federal court. He pleads guilty in a federal drug case. Christopher Matulski, 37 years old, a higher up in the Iron Wings Motorcycle Club in Erie, Pennsylvania, pleaded guilty in federal court on February 25th, 2026, to a charge of dealing cocaine inside the club's East Edinburgh headquarters. It says this case highlights the ongoing efforts of federal authorities to crack down on drug trafficking and organized crime activities, particularly involving motorcycle gangs, and establish strongholds in certain communities. Matulski, who holds a leadership position within the Iron Wings Motorcycle Club, admitted to distributing cocaine from the club's headquarters in East Edinburgh, and he's charged in a broader federal investigation into the club's alleged criminal activities. So he pleaded guilty. But usually what happens, they drop the charges down and it's not that serious, right? They make a big deal out of it and then the charges get dropped down. Just like what happened over in Texas, where all those people get arrested and nobody talks, everybody walks, right? In Waco. Yeah, it makes it a lot worse when you get in trouble and you're involved in an organization. But I really don't think that these people join clubs, motorcycle clubs, to be involved with criminal activity. I don't see that. I've spoken to a lot of people in motorcycle clubs, and not one of them said, yo, I joined the club so I can make money or sell drugs or do this and that. Not one person I've spoken to. Big Rob, what's going on? Cops and government should never have that much power, though. They shouldn't. You only give them as much power as you let them have. Yeah, thank you so loud. I really appreciate your donation, man. It's a brotherhood, not a gang. So people say it's a gang when they see like shootings happening at gas stations and things like that. I mean, that's type of gang activity, right? That type of activity is type of gang type shit. But I don't think any of these clubs are gangs, because they're just not. I mean, if you look at the legal definition of a gang, then yeah. But when they're shooting at a gas station, it's kind of hard to argue the case, right? Because people are like, look at what they're doing. But these people don't join these clubs to be involved with criminal activity. They don't join motorcycle clubs to sell drugs for the president. And when they join these clubs, if they do something against the law, they don't give the money up to the president. So technically, that's not a gang. In a street gang, everybody pays dues, right? You commit a crime, you guys get money together, you're giving the money and it's going up, right? It doesn't go up in a motorcycle club. We say the mob is a criminal organization. HA is an organization of criminals. It's an element within their members who don't 100%. There's a lot of people in motorcycle clubs that don't have records, that have pistol permits, that have never been arrested, that don't commit crimes. There's people in all clubs out there that have clean records. 100% right. That's George Christie's famous saying, right? It's not a criminal organization. It's an organization that has criminals in it. It's the individual, not the club. 100%. Sometimes the whole charter will get involved with some bullshit, right? We've seen that in the past, too. We've seen whole charters of different motorcycle clubs all over the country that maybe get involved with some crime, but it's not the clubs as a whole. And a lot of times when people commit crimes that are involved with clubs, the other clubs, like if it's a club that's national, right? The people in the club don't condone a lot of the shit they do. They don't come out and say, oh, yeah, they're good. We back them. You know, you never see that shit. But they do have each other's back. They fight one, you fight them all, right? They have everyone's back until it's time to go to court. Then things kind of change, right? But I'm going to be dropping some new videos. I got a bunch of new interviews that are going to be dropping tonight. Is the whole interview with Jackie Taylor. It's the full interview, so stay tuned for that. Join the membership so you can see exclusive videos. I'm going to drop a new one tonight. Make sure you check out Spotify. I'm going to be uploading constantly over there on the membership side and on the regular side. I'm going to upload on both. And I can't wait to show you guys what I've been working on. The documentary's coming along. Fallen Angels, the 1%, the Hell's Angel documentary. Most likely will be out by June. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx, or you can hit a Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. Every dollar goes a long way. It goes right back into the show. Thank you so loud for the donation. I really appreciate it. Make sure you join Patreon or join the membership for exclusive content. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.